After that comes Serious Sam's Bogus Detour, which I predicted not to be bad, due to the interesting new modes for a Serious Sam game, and I was right on that. Then comes Devolver Earliest Access, which satirizes early access. After that comes an appearance of Suda51, who made No More Heroes and Killer 7. Freaking cool. Sadly, Devolver and Suda51 will not be working on a project together due to miscommunications in translation. I have nothing to say about that. After that comes Comment Created Content, in which you comment what you want in a game you like in order to automatically make it better for your taste. I don't think this will exist, and I think it is created by Devolver to satirize user-generated content. I have nothing to say about that, but what I can say is that Nina gets so excited over that thing that her nose bleeds. She talks more loudly, she loses her breath, the future in general overshadows her mind, and she kept on doing that, progressing all of those things, until Nina screams, and after that, Nina is a woman, and you know about the relationships between women and video games, but none of that happens after Nina screams. What really happens after Nina screams is a spoiler, considering that I like Nina for her humor, but I think this will shock you all, viewers. I hope you're ready for this, cause it will really shock you, and are any of you ready? Yes? Well, here we go. What really happens after Nina screams is that her brain explodes. Literally. And also ripping the top of her head off. I knew this will shock you, but don't worry, viewers. In reality, this isn't real. Nina is still alive. That thing with the exploding brain is fake. It's a dummy. After that dummy exploding, the conference ends because of the credits, despite there being a fake Brio game after the credits. All in all, Devolver's press conference is a well-executed idea of a press conference. Clever jokes and good games made this conference a good time for gamers. I don't know if Devolver will do an E3 2018 press conference because I don't think there will be any trends about the gaming industry nowadays left to satirize next E3. But Devolver did it right this E3. If Devolver will do an E3 2018 press conference, I want them to do the same thing. Clever jokes and cool games. Now, I think Devolver is more on the good side than on the bad side, because of their humor and subtlety. Also their games and movies. Round 5. Ubisoft. Back in my E3 2016 video, I didn't know if modern Ubisoft sucks or not. Now the answer is clear to me. Ubisoft now sucks. I've heard gamers say that they're the new EA. And I agree with them. They are the new EA. The graphical downgrades, annual releases, less than amazing original IPs, and glitches all showed how Ubisoft has fallen as a video game company. But it was other stuff that I don't know, surprisingly, that are all responsible for the answer to my Ubisoft question. Ubisoft obviously now sucks, and I meant now. Like today now. I'm referring to the modern version of Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, since the 8th generation of gaming began, 2012 or 2011. Ubisoft before the 2010s, on the other hand, was a good video game company, like Microsoft was a good gaming company before releasing the Xbox 360 in late 2005. Ubisoft gave us critically acclaimed titles, such as Rayman 2: The Great Escape, Beyond Good and Evil, and of course, one of my favorite original Xbox games, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Oh, how much has Ubisoft fallen. Although their E3 2017 press conference is good. How good these games are made the conference almost great. Ubisoft sure improved over their E3 2016 press conference, although I don't know if my opinion on Ubisoft's E3 2016 press conference changed or not. Well, that fear of Ubisoft's games getting disappointing reviews and having graphical downgrades due to Ubisoft themselves publishing them that I had back at E3 2016 has faded away because For Honor and Watch Dogs 2 got good reviews. Also, gamers were expecting For Honor to get good reviews, but back at E3 2016, I disagreed with them, so I was sadly underhyped for Honor. But hey, at least that Ubisoft downgrade problem has faded away. The conference starts off with a spoiler. Not mentioned as a spoiler in the conference, despite Ubisoft's co-founder CEO Yves Guillemot considering the spoiler to be unexpected, but mentioned as a spoiler by me because that spoiler is a crossover so surprising that I even thought about something to get it out of mind. That crossover is made by Ubisoft, so it will obviously have Ubisoft characters, and in order to make sense, that is a crossover between Ubisoft's Rabbids and, here's the spoiler, a beloved Nintendo character. I bet you'll be surprised, viewers. It's more surprising than Nina's head exploding. It will surprise you a lot. A ton. Repeat, a ton. I hope you're all ready for this. Are you all ready for this? Are you all ready to be heavily surprised? Well, you'll be very surprised. Very, very surprised. You all ready? Here we go! That beloved Nintendo character is gaming's biggest mascot himself, Mario Jumpman Mario. That's right, viewers. Mario Jumpman Mario himself, gaming's biggest mascot who saved the gaming industry from the 1983 crash in 1985, is having a crossover with the Rabbids, the gaming industry equivalent of the minions from Despicable Me. I knew all of you would be surprised. I was, because why? A crossover between an important mascot and something that's annoying is maybe a bad sign. That's like if DreamWorks Animation, Illumination Entertainment, and or Universal Studios, who owns both Illumination and DreamWorks Animation, by the way, decided to make a crossover between Shrek and the Despicable Me minions. Also, that's not Mario's first crossover. Before that, he also had crossovers with Sonic, which makes sense because Mario and Sonic were rivals. Scratch that, big rivals during the fourth generation of video games. I know, not all crossovers make sense as crossovers and still be good, like Kingdom Hearts. So about that Mario and Sonic crossover thing, I'm just saying. I'm also just saying that I can think of a crossover that makes less sense as a crossover. And here's that crossover. You viewers will find this weird, but here it is. A crossover between Donkey Kong and Ice Age. I knew you all found this weird because these two don't relate much. The same goes for Mario and Rabbids. The only relation being is that these two are both usually for Nintendo consoles, even though Mario is only on Nintendo and mobile, while Rabbids is for not only Nintendo and mobile, but also PlayStation, Xbox, etc. Also, that Mario and Rabbids crossover, called Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, by the way, will be one of the good crossovers that make no sense as crossovers. So surprisingly, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle will actually be good. The gameplay is amazing for a turn-based tactical game, making it Mario meets Rabbids meets XCOM, due to its gameplay as a turn-based tactical game meets Mega Man because the guns used in the game resemble that of Mega Man's arm cannon, and while the color scheme has that of a weak laundry detergent, the graphics are still good for the Nintendo Switch. The humor is there because it's a Rabbids game. The plot is okay, and here's a surprise, viewers. Grant Kirkhope is composing the game. That's right, viewers. Grant Kirkhope, who composed some games Rareware made during their golden age with Nintendo, like GoldenEye 007, Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, and Perfect Dark, stayed at Rareware from when Microsoft bought the company in 2002 to around 2008, because he also composed Viva Pinata, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and Grabbed by the Ghoulies. After leaving Rareware, composed Castle of Illusion 2013 and Yooka-Laylee, and will compose Hat in Time in the future, is composing this game. I never knew that he would compose a Mario game because he composed the Banjo-Kazooie games, whose first game was made as Rareware's answer to Super Mario 64. I also never knew that he would work at Ubisoft because the company he was most known to work for, Rareware, has no relation to Ubisoft, other than their downfalls as video game companies, and the fact that both of these game companies are headquartered at Europe, Rareware in Britain and Ubisoft in France. But no matter, Grant does an okay job at composing the game's score, and I sure like the game's trailer, especially the song featured in the trailer. It fits the game's nature, but I don't know the name of that song because most of the lyrics sung in the trailer are drowned out by the sound effects of the game and or the music of the song. The lyrics from the song, I know, sound like all for one, one for all. Let me know if you know in the comments what song uses those lyrics. Aside from the weird idea for a crossover, I think Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle will be another good crossover that makes no sense for a crossover. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you viewers, but I think the Rabbids are better than the Despicable Me minions. Yeah, they're annoying like the minions are, but give the Rabbids some credit. At least they all have no names in order for me to fail to know which one's which, and at least they're less abundant in the real world, especially in their native industries. Also, Universal Studios, please, do not ever make that Shrek and Minions crossover, because I don't want either of their art styles to collide on each other. Anyways, after that comes Assassin's Creed Origins, which I already talked about in my Microsoft part, and then comes The Crew 2, which I think will get better reviews than its predecessor. Then comes South Park The Fractured Butthole, which, like I said back in my E3 2016 video, has the same art style and humor as the show, but it also has good gameplay, a story that I like, and a good trailer. I think it will get good reviews like its predecessor got. Then comes Ubisoft's VR game called Transference, which I don't know about because a trailer for it doesn't show anything for it but what it's about. Then comes Skull and Bones, which despite not being as good as Sea of Thieves, will still be good. The gameplay, despite being similar to Sea of Thieves, is good. The graphics are amazing, and the voice acting is great. Skull and Bones will get great reception when it comes out,